Welcome back to Tasting the Sun. We've been so lucky to be hosted by our good friend Ken in the last few days. In this episode, he goes all out and makes the famous braised short ribs, and we've captured it for your viewing pleasure.
So this is my friend Ken, who's born and raised in Toronto. I'd like to just introduce Ken a little bit and ask him some questions that we've been asking people along the way. So tell us a bit about your background and a little bit about yourself.
I was born in Toronto, born and raised in Toronto, in a suburb of Toronto called Scarborough. I think it's still considered Toronto. Moved downtown here probably about 20 years now. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're as Canadian as it gets, kind of.
Yeah, as Canadian as you can get. But I still can speak and write Chinese, Cantonese. So.
That's excellent. Since you were born here, how did you keep and maintain your Chinese?
The secret is you have to not let your child speak any English at home. Zero. My parents wouldn't speak to me in English. And she actually forced me to write in a diary every day in school. In the summer.
That's a great idea.
When I was off, I had to write in Chinese.
Yeah.
What I did, woke up in the morning, had breakfast, whatever, had to write. And I took Chinese school once a week for 6 years.
Okay.
And,
Did you hate it as a kid?
Sorry?
Did you hate it as a kid?
No.
No?
It was just something I did, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you thankful now that you have it?
I am so thankful because I'm losing it a lot now because I'm not living at home, but I'm thankful that I can still speak with you guys if I wanted to in Chinese. Not as well, but if you immerse me back in Hong Kong, I have no problem.
Yeah.
Immerse me a couple months, I'll be back with it. And karaoke was helped too.
Right.
Singing some Zhao Yao or whatever. It helped, and just speaking with the odd friends, whoever want to speak with me, who can, bear with my Chinglish or my Toisanese accent, and they help me.
And in comparison, how's your French?
My French. So, unfortunately, growing up here, I wish I was immersed. So they have French Canadian immersion programs. I think that's the only way you can really learn French.
So that's when you use it, right?
Taking in high school, all you learn is,
Basics.
past participle. You learn how to write it, read it, but it's useless. I did 4 years of high school French. As soon as I graduated high school, I went to France. I couldn't even order in Paris. Couldn't order a simple sandwich or chicken or whatever. It was terrible.
Right.
So you don't learn anything. But my niece and nephew, they took French immersion growing up, and they're fluent. That's the way to go. Yeah.
Okay.
So being a Torontonian, what is the best secret spot that you can share with us?
Like what's your favorite spot to go to?
Jeez, I really have to give it up, eh?
Yes.
A secret spot. Wow. Well, I love my pho.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And
Is there a good Vietnamese spot here?
There's a really good Vietnamese spot, but during COVID, I don't know if they have a patio open, but it's called Train.
Train.
The Train, yeah. Pho Chat Hot Tao.
Oh, okay, yeah,
the
yeah.
locomotive. Yeah, it's really good.
Is
My
it
French
inside Toronto, like downtown, or what?
It's right downtown in Chinatown, Spadina and Dundas, where I took you.
Oh,
just south of where we were, from Kensington Market.
Right.
It's, they make really good pho. It's like my go-to spot every week, especially after playing badminton. I would play badminton, being Asian.
Yeah.
I played a lot of badminton, and that was one of my secret spots to go to. But during COVID, it might not be open, so I'm not sure. If not, I know there's another secret spot called Golden Turtle on Ossington, and they do have a patio. So we may take you there. If I know somebody, our friend Amy likes her pho, comfort food, coming from Vietnam. So maybe tomorrow we can do some pho.
Nice.
But, we have lots of things to explore still tomorrow. lots
Okay.
of other secret places I can.
Awesome.
All
Thank
right.
you. Okay,
You're
so
welcome.
where are we off to next after the distillery
So
district?
right now we are gonna walk around for a bit, and after that we're gonna go back to my place, and you guys are gonna go on your Zoom call while I prepare you a delicious red wine braised beef short ribs with cauliflower puree.
Nice.
And
My
I
mouth is
prepared a
watering.
lovely, for people who don't eat beef, a pesto shrimp with zucchini noodles.
That sounds so
Which is our
good.
puree, which I already ate some of it yesterday because I can
Yes.
have it. It's so good. But anyways, and we're gonna have some special drinks for you. Some special cognac that I haven't opened yet, and some ice wine, which we're very famous for in Ontario. For you,
are famous for ice wine.
we're very famous for ice wine.
Really?
We're world renowned for ice wines. in
I thought
Ontario.
that like BC is
No,
the...
we Niagara.
Because they have
Lake.
colder winter.
So you're gonna try some, and this is a special one. It's I think it's like 10-year-old ice wine. And it's really good because Cooney, he's a wine expert, and he was saying when he saw the bottle, he's like, "Wow, this is special. You guys are gonna try it on ice cubes, and then later on tonight we're gonna have some special cognacs I saved just for you, unopened. So you guys are gonna enjoy that. So
Nice.
that's it.
A bit about the salad that you've made.
All right, so my own creation. It's got mixed greens in there, kale, spinach, a whole bunch of other greens. And what I did was I put some regular tomatoes, and I chopped up some cherry tomatoes in half in there, and I put in a lot of avocados, you can say, and I made a lot of pomegranate to go on top. And then my dressing. It's my special creation of red and white vinaigrette with some olive oil and some agave for sweeteners, because I try to cook without any sugar, because I know Andrew would appreciate that, right, Andrew?
Yes, sir.
And I put some mustard, Dijon mustard in there, and or olive oil from Portugal. So it's
So what do we have?
so what I made for you guys today is my infamous signature dish. It's red wine braised beef short ribs. We had it in the oven for 3 hours now, braising.
Wow.
Slow roast at 375. So that with and I put some fresh thyme and fresh rosemary.
Ooh, look at
and go in
that.
there, and it just comes out beautifully. And yeah, we have a bit of carrots and celery in there too, and some onions, and yeah. And then we're gonna serve it with cauliflower puree.
Cauliflower
made
puree. I never
with
would have
some-
thought about
Yeah,
cauliflower
with some,
puree. Is it hard to puree that? Not. Do you need
No,
a masher or just a
very
blender?
simple. We just put it into the. We boil it for about 5 minutes. Cauliflower, and then put into a blender with some coconut oil and curry powder.
Curry powder.
Taste, yeah.
Just for a bit of spice.
Just a little bit of taste, curry taste. So this is the rosemary, and I use fresh rosemary and thyme
Wow.
to put in there, and then
That's a big dish. Wow, this is amazing.
Wow, you can open a restaurant, Ken.
all right. So
Beautiful.
Okay,
Let the
so-
chef introduce.
what I had today, I don't know if you want to take pictures of these.
We did. I already did.
All right, I'll take some pictures here.
Yeah, what do you have today?
That one. So the difference between yours and Andrew, you'll see the difference.
I'll see the difference. I can take.
Can anybody tell me what do you think the difference is between the two?
That has bacon.
Bacon.
That's right, because I know
Yeah, the bacon's
you wouldn't
nice.
have liked the pancetta, because the pancetta makes the flavor.
Well, I'm
All
on
right,
video.
so
Okay.
what we're eating today. So for the meat lovers, we're having red wine braised short ribs braised for 3 hours to make it very. Is it tender enough for you? All right. She wouldn't let me cook it when I went to Vancouver because she wanted me to be
treated like a king.
be treated like a king, and I was. So I said, okay, I'm going to treat you as a queen when you come here. And so I made her my red wine braised beef short ribs, braised in the oven for 3 hours with this red wine. That's what I want to tell you. And some other mixtures of red wine. I put a little bit different mixtures. Some carrots, some celery, and some bacon in there to give some flavor. And we have a cauliflower puree made with coconut oil and some curry powder. And I use fresh rosemary and thyme in there, some carrots and celery. So what we have over here is a pesto shrimp, as you can see, made with zucchini noodles, because I don't cook with carbs, and some cherry tomatoes. And how was it?
Very good.
Yeah. And now, because Andrew's not a meat eater, I made a different one here, and we use pancetta bits on there. I fried it up and give it some flavors.
Thank you.
So, enjoy, everyone.
Thank you.
So good.
Isn't our friend Ken pretty great? My personal favorite was his mashed cauliflower. Next week, he will be showing us around Little Italy and Little Korea and which ones are his favorite restaurants. So make sure you check back and continue with us on our mega food tour. And don't forget to subscribe!